Welcome back to the Gentleman Ultras YouTube channel. I'm Richard Hull and we're going through the papers again after what was a very entertaining night in the sense of seeing it all crumble pretty much. Superfuga is the headline in Gazzetta dello Sport, if you can see that. Super Escape. They're certainly pleased about the plans that have crumbled. All 6 English clubs, it says here, is withdrawn. The plan of 12 crumbled. Also noting, obviously, with Milan and Inter are also now out of that equation. So it says here, Perez and Agnelli are isolated. Barca step aside and make their associates vote. So it's interesting that this looks like it's the end of it, or is it? We should talk about that in a minute. Stas Bando in Corriere dello Sport basically saying it's collapsing, and Tuttosport have been very good over this. I mean, they've crumbled, and they've got a picture there, if you can see, of the Chelsea fans demonstrating outside Stamford Bridge, quoting them and say, Chelsea fans lead the revolt against the Super League. The Blues and City officially pull out, and during the night, United, Tottenham, Arsenal, Liverpool also back away. Milan throw in the towel too. Now Inter have done as well. So yeah, unanimous really that this is looks like it's how it's going to be. But there is one here, and you can see the Corriere dello Sport talking about it. It says Andrea Agnelli forced to change. Our desires to bring the benefits of the football pyramid were always encouraged by institutional dialogue with FIFA and UEFA. No threats to domestic league will be present. So they're saying that they're going to have a look again at this Super League project and see if there's anything Agnelli can do to restructure it. It doesn't look, I don't think this will go away completely. It's certainly gone away for now. But yeah, it's one that's going to be raising its head again and again and again. Interesting yesterday that the Milan Ultras came out with a bit of a different statement saying, listen, you're hypocritical to be moaning about the Super League because it happened already with the Champions League. This is something that has happened with football wages. Football hasn't been good since the 90s because it's been taken away. Playing the Supercoppa Italiana in Beijing and everywhere else. This is only, the Super League is only another part of football being lost. So it's hypocritical to moan about the Super League if you're not moaning about the Champions League and you're not moaning about everything that's gone before. It's an interesting take, but I'm sure a lot of those Milan Ultras were there in the Champions League when they won a couple of finals as well. So it's an ongoing thing. Football continues to change in different manners and ways, but this time it looks as though, for the short term anyway, that the fans' voices have been listened to. This is going to go on and on and on. Obviously, a lot of the teams now sort of tails between their legs. Well, Inter, Milan and Juve, of course. But Inter looking to go 6 points. Well, sorry. They could potentially get ready for what they call the Conte Sprint in the Gazzetta dello Sport. 6 points in 5 rounds sets up a match point with Crotone on May the 1st. And that is the plan. They've got Spezia this evening. And it says they've got to go visit Spezia. Conte keeps his head down. The Nerazzurri seek 3 points for the Scudetto. Ibrahimovic is in doubt for the Milan game against Sassuolo, whilst it looks as though Juventus may start with Dybala and Ronaldo up front against Parma. So back to the football itself. It's quite interesting that the midweek fixtures are here because it does mean that people can just get on with watching the football, but I'm sure no one's going to pretend like nothing ever happened here. Fiorentina won last night with Super Vlahovic. He really is an absolutely superb player. Obviously going to be continually linked to Milan. It says here in Tuttosport, Viola Q in Verona with Vlahovic and Caceres. Caceres' goal was good too. Obviously they massively needed those points. That was set up as a real have to win game. Also here, Pirlo also keeping his head down as all of the coaches will who were involved. I'm just focused on the Champions League. And Agnelli told us we have to finish in the top 4. Well, Agnelli's saying a lot recently, that's for sure. So, Corriere dello Sport again, they're also talking about the, excuse me, an interesting one here that there's an enormous crisis, but Agnelli's going to be looking at, sorry I missed this before, Agnelli's going to be looking just about how to generate a tournament that appeals to new generations. It is interesting actually about how younger generations are consuming football, whether it's be on apps with shorter highlight reels and the consumption of watching multiple screens. It's certainly something that they are thinking of moving forward. So it'll be interesting to just watch this space about how this develops, because, as I said before, Agnelli has been planning this for many, many years. This is not something that's just going to go away. This reshaping of the Super League, I don't see quite how it can happen at this moment in time. Also interesting sentiment here about, they forced UEFA's hand as well in the Champions League. The Champions League now is restructured, and it looks as though that could be not. I'm not saying they've completely hoodwinked UEFA, but it was always a little bit potentially a win-win once UEFA made that move, and it probably made it easier for them to walk away when they saw the fan protests. So yeah, let's just see how that goes. Whether there still will be another breakaway tournament, we will wait and see. That's just the headlines, and we will be back tomorrow. I'm Rich Torland. Ciao for now.